Yeah. How many don't know Shekhar? How many yet to take money from Shekhar? Shekhar, come on, you have a long to do. Go ahead, go ahead. You're hearing, right? All right. So this one thing series that I'm sorry, that we just saw a glimpse of in the last session by Tarun is essentially Shekhar's brainchild, and huge round of applause for him to actually help us with this. Thank you, Shekhar. This one session is called Product Teardown, wherein there are these three gentlemen who will walk us through certain set of things that they identified in a few products that they chose, which will help us figure out a lot of things around all the problems that we face around messaging, marketing, onboarding, success factors, wow factors, aha moment, things like those. So I'll invite Shekhar and Suresh and Bharat on stage, and pass it on to Suresh to take it over. Suresh.
Yeah, we'll just get one slide. Yeah, sure. Yeah, I'll use this. Yeah. Hi everyone. So this is a product teardown session. I think the credit for this session idea goes to Girish. So he's the one who suggested we should do product teardown. But we were thinking whether it's going to be a private teardown or a public teardown, because it's going to be a bit awkward to sort of bring founders and products on stage and sort of point out flaws. But then we said, okay, let's let them choose self-select. Let's ask them if somebody wants to do it, and if they want to do it, let them do it. And that's how we ended up in this session. So there were 10 or 11 people who subscribed for that. We curated that, and we got to 3 companies who are going to do product teardown. So how do I project this? Okay.
So let me just add a point. Why we decided on this session.
Yeah, correct. I forgot that.
So see, lot of times in most of the events that we go, we always talk about, we think that, oh, how do we scale sales? How do we scale marketing, or should we do more inbound marketing? But that is not always the problem, right? And when most of us in this room, when you're talking about SaaS and self-service SaaS, where a customer comes to the website and is supposed to sign up for the product and play around with it for a few minutes before they take a decision that, oh, this is worth spending the next 2 weeks or 3 weeks. So there were a lot of critical gaps in some of the products that I tried personally. So I thought it will be good feedback for those companies to understand, because if you don't fix those product challenges in making it really simple for the users, then there's no point in investing in scaling sales and marketing. So that was the objective of doing a product teardown, in terms of trying to give feedback to the founders. Yeah, thanks.
Yeah. So this is, we have sales sessions, marketing session. This is the session we talk about product. And product is the center of your business. And if you don't take care of product, nothing can come and help you. That's essentially the whole why this session has been formulated. I think we are trying to get the sharing figured out. Anyone knows how to do this? I'm not.
Gather windows.
Gather windows, is it?
Do that.
Okay. How do I mess up this? Okay. Yeah, we have 3 companies we have shortlisted for this. We have Zipboard, it's going to go first, and then there is Hummingbill, and then there is Canvas Flip. Before we bring those companies up, we just wanted to set a framework in mind before how this product teardown is going to happen, right? So we put a graphic for you so that you can mentally picture this. In fact, this is something that might be useful as a takeaway for most of you guys. Especially if you're in the early stage, these 5 steps is something that you might want to tick off very clearly, right? The first one is the idea. So you're going after who's your ideal user, what is the problem he has, and what is your solution approach? Because the same problem can be solved many ways, Your solution approach is the one that puts you in a unique position, right? That's the idea bucket. So that's what the founders are going to come here, going to explain. Then there should be a way to discover this particular product, right? Once somebody discovers this product, we identify them using organic discovery channels, if it is relevant. If it is not relevant, then we'll talk about it. We have one example for that. And then people end up in a website, right? In the website, there are like two critical points, right? One is, what is the first fold relevance? They end up in your home page, and there is a first fold. And what they see, is Krish here? Yeah. So in morning audit, we were talking about, Krish was saying repeatedly, I don't know how many people notice, you have like 3 seconds when you land in the website, right? If you don't catch that in 3 seconds, that's what is the first point there. If you don't catch the user in the first 3 seconds, he's not going to continue that. 3-4 seconds, maybe 5 max, that's it. And after that, if you catch him in the 5 seconds, that's a test your first fold need to pass, right? And then they look for additional credibility to sort of spend more time in your website and decide to sign up or not. And then there is a frictionless sign up process. You could argue certain products might want to legitimately use friction as well. It's your choice, but most SMB SaaS products want frictionless sign-up process. And then what we have is called as shortest paths to a functional wow. It's not like you have some sexy lady dancing there. That's not what we are talking. Functionally, how do we, if somebody wants to use CloudCherry and then get a survey done, you log into CloudCherry, you get the first survey, bring it on. And then you want to create a quick survey and then push it out and see the first entry into that and then see if it's working. That's the shortest path to a wow, right? If these 5 steps is the scope for today's product here down, and we have sort of visually captured this so that you guys have a mental image of what we are trying to do. Are we all on the same page, guys? Yes. Okay, lovely. So, okay, with that, let's bring up Zipboard. And I want to, please come over. I want to also give a big round of applause. Yeah, please sit down. Meaning, we don't have so many women entrepreneurs. So, all the more, sometimes we were not able to bring many of them onto the stage. And we are so happy to bring up Bhavya on stage for this particular event, and from there we'll take it up. Okay, so Bhavya, maybe I'll also stand here. So you're in the first bucket. So why don't you explain about your ideal user, what's your problem you're solving, about your company and your solution?
I'm more comfortable
fine. All of us will stand.
So my name is Bhavya, and I volunteered to get butchered today. So let's see how it goes. What we are building is Zipboard. Zipboard is for all of you guys, pretty much anybody who's creating products or managing projects while creating products. So what do you do today when your developers tell you that, you know what, cloudcherry.com is ready? You browse through the site, you browse through the site, you find a few issues, you find something, and you go to Jira, log your issue, say that, oh, you know what, go to that particular point and file it, fix it. And, that's how you typically see bugs being delivered today. But what Zipboard helps you do is, you don't have to now scrape through all this stuff. You just simply add your URL to the Zipboard platform. Take screenshots whenever you feel that there is something missing, and start commenting just like whiteboard. Like you'll just start saying that, oh, you know what, the logo needs to be moved here, or something like that. So essentially the idea is to be able to do everything more visually, to be able to not have to go back, read through the five sentence description of the bug and just see it directly right there.
Sure. Okay, great. So we forgot to tell you, like, there are 3 of us here. All 3 of us have a specific role. My job is to take care of the first 2 boxes and a little bit of the third one. The second 2 boxes. And then Bharat is from Freshdesk. He's the UI architect for Freshdesk, and he's going to sort of do the tear down around sign up and wow. And you know why Shekhar is here. He's going to talk about market, opportunity. Is this the right thing to go after and all that stuff, right? So these are the roles we are going to play. So hopefully that's clear. So my first question is, what are some of the keywords that which will describe for people who will discover your product? How do they find it, and how do you represent that in some sort of keywords?
Project management, bug tracking, issue management.
But they will end up in some other place, right? If they do project management, they'll go in some Asana or something like that, right? But that doesn't sound like the correct keyword.
So yeah, more appropriate from the feedback that I've gotten is bug tracking, or visual bug tracking, or let's say visual feedback. That's what we've been going after. Yeah,
but that's an area, as you can see, you got to work on, right? Because the organic discovery part, do you think organic discovery at all is possible for your product, or do you think you got to go through non-organic channels?
No, it's absolutely possible.
Okay, then what are the keywords? Because that's the crux for you to connect these two dots, right?
Right.
Yeah.
Project manager? No, I don't know.
No, but you guys can see where it's going, right? So the example is like learn by example. So if you have an idea and the user and the problem, and if you're not able to come back with a bunch of keywords that ties all these things together, how will your users organically discover your software? That's the crux of this whole thing, right? So yeah. Can you go to her website?
Yeah, bug tracking, but that's what you're competing with Jira.
So yeah, that's the bug tracking is probably the category. But so initially, in fact, she slightly changed it. Okay, for the stage.
You guys gave me the feedback.
So, but initially, she didn't even. When I used the product first for the evaluation, it sounded like I will quickly get my QA guy.
Sorry.
Takes audience. Yeah. No, but when I actually evaluated a product, it looked like I could quickly get my QA person. See, in fact, there is a lot of gap in terms of what the product does and the way she is explaining and what is represented in the website. It's actually not a good connect. You can actually see that. If we can connect that, her product will get a lot more sign-ups and hence a lot more conversions, but the value is very awesome. She has personally for me, she has a fantastic product. All of us build products, but most of the time, if there is an issue, a QA team takes a screenshot, logs into Jira, and then it says one big paragraph. This third field from the top right corner has this particular problem, and they start explaining this. And by the time, most of the developers don't even understand what that whole thing is, right? And they will either say, need more information or it's not reproducible, and almost it goes like this, right? It's not visually I can correlate to the issues, but what they have is a Chrome plugin.
Right.
If you install and browse your product just like how you're using the product, you can keep recording issues, and it's really awesome, right? And if all people can look at it, they can easily fix the issues and then move on. So all this is somehow missing in the positioning, in the product articulation, the value proposition, in the website homepage and everything, right? So for example, if you go back and look at the homepage,
I promise it wasn't like this.
Sorry?
It wasn't like this.
No, it's not.
Okay.
Yeah, it's here. So it says a lot of stuff. It says Zipboard is for instructional design.
That is because we initially started with
it's okay.
learning customers.
It's okay.
So
it's okay. No, we are not trying to embarrass.
Part of our customers,
No, we are not trying to embarrass you, sorry. Like the idea is not to sort of put her in a spot, right? But the idea is to use it to learn.
Right.
So it says so many things, and it says fill gap between design and development. We somehow get caught in a lot of jargons from other products and other stuff, and somehow this is not something that is only unique with Zipboard. Pretty much in RTs, whenever I go for the 1 million RT, I open up some of the participant companies' websites and see pretty much most of our websites are like very jargonish, right? It lacks that one line that needs to be there clearly there. That's what we want to point out. But luckily, it says e-learning as a menu on the top, right? So for example, right? So whatever value proposition articulated, the e-learning is slightly out of the place. And in some products, I have not even seen a pricing page. Morning we had a discussion around whether it need to be pricing or not, but most SaaS products, if you're looking at SMB market, we want users to self-select. So you want the pricing to be there. So luckily she has the pricing, but can we click on the pricing if possible? Yeah, I don't know whether freelancer, for example, is a plan. Whether somebody will identify with that. Maybe you're looking at e-learning and connecting freelancer, is it?
I mean, even web developers, like you outsource your projects every now and then.
Yeah,
and
but the places where people rigorously want to follow QA, track multiple teams and all these things, right? They really outside. They get out of the freelance mode. This sort of discipline doesn't happen.
Right.
If you really look at, you need to understand who's your ideal customer more deeply, right? The disciplined approach of recording. See, instead of Jira, I'm talking about an enhanced way of looking at bug tracking system, right? So who would require that? There's a higher level of aspiration. That means very established companies, maybe very innovative people, right? Those are the people who will want to go into this sort of a paradigm. So the more you understand that, maybe all these things can fall in place.